If you are a leader, there are many aspects of your role that might be consuming your thinking. You're thinking about how to reach more people, how to help a man who is facing a particular challenge in life, the logistics for your upcoming event, how you're going to pay the bills for those activities, who's going to speak, or even how you're ever going to get all of this done when you have so little time to do it in. These thoughts and strategies are obviously very important, but there is one piece that is the most important and often the most neglected element for every leadership team, and that's prayer. Of course, many of us already know this, but do we really live it as leaders? Tim Keller said prayer, though it is often draining, even in agony, is in the long term the greatest source of power that is possible. I think there's often something inside of us that knows we should pray, but there's a part of our flesh that just wants to get on with planning and solving the problems we face and the ministry that we're trying to accomplish. Prayer is what grounds us in the reality that we are not in the business of doing more activity just for the sake of it. We are in the business of helping men to encounter Jesus more than we are in the business of planning any activity. Prayer helps us to always be focused on the truth that we're not able to change anyone's life on our own. Only God can help a man be conformed to the image of Jesus. Prayer reminds us that we can do nothing apart from Jesus. We need the power of God to flow in us and through us. My encouragement for building a culture of prayer in your leadership team is that every single meeting that you have as a team should always start with prayer. And I don't mean the token, God bless our meeting tonight prayer. I mean genuine, focused prayer. Our leadership team at Promise Keepers Canada attempts to practice this. We pray for each other and we pray for specific things happening in our lives. We pray for things we're trying to do as a ministry. And we pray specifically about areas where there seem to be significant roadblocks and where we just need God to break through. And we pray for the needs of the men of Canada. So, starting with your next leadership team meeting, I challenge you to take the following steps in building a culture of prayer for your team. First of all, ask the other leaders to talk about one area where they're struggling and where they need prayer. Pray specifically for what you're asking God to do in the lives of the men in your church. Maybe take some time and identify 3 to 5 men who are a part of your church and ask them how you can be praying for them, and do it in your next meeting. After you've spent some time praying for the men, then you can move to praying for God's blessing on the activities that you're planning. Let you and I be leaders who are pursuing the greatest source of power that is possible through the power of prayer.